Good evening, everyone. Prime Minister Albanese, Prime Minister Modi, and Prime Minister Kishida, and Governor John Carney, Senator Chris Coons, and Representative Lisa Blunt-Rochester. All the scientists and doctors and advocates here tonight, what a fitting way to end the Quad Summit by launching another historic endeavor. When I was Vice President, Jill and I launched here in the States what we call the Cancer Moonshot. We committed to end cancer as we know it and reach 50% cure for cancers in a time frame that we announced. We had lost our son to glioblastoma in 2015, Bo, a graduate of this great institution. And like many mothers and fathers, quite frankly, we were ready to give up. But I wasn't going to run again. My son, Bo, knowing he was going to die shortly, pulled me aside, not a joke. I wrote about it, made me promise that I wouldn't walk away, that I'd stay involved, because he knew the impact if we stayed and made the case. I remember him saying to me, "Dad, this is God's truth. Dad, I'm not afraid. I'm going to be okay." He knew he was about to die. But he said, "You got to promise me you'll stay involved," because he knew the way he had talked about it, that it would give people hope, that those of us and many of you experienced it. I bet if I ask you to raise your hand, including the press, if anybody has lost a family member or has been diagnosed with cancer, it's the vast majority of you. And it seems to me there's nothing that families and or the person suffering from cancer needs more than hope. Hope. Hope that science will outrace the disease. After Bo died, I literally visited every major cancer research facility in the world, 7 of them, around the world. I wanted to see what was possible, and I did. And by the way, I didn't do it alone. I want to thank Danielle Carnival, who's here. Where are you, Danielle? I want people to see you. Who was an effort, Doc, and worked on putting this together for me. During those trips, I got to see the incredible dedication that scientists, doctors, and nurses. By the way, having spent a lot of time, like many of you have, in hospitals, doctors let you live. Nurses make you want to live. They give you hope. Oh, you male and female, you think I'm kidding. They had hope. And they're making significant progress, all of you, those of you scientists out here. It's not just because it's personal, but because it's possible. When I became president, we reignited our Cancer Moonshot with an ambitious goal: cut the cancer rate by at least 50% over the next 25 years, or even cure many cancers. Throughout this effort, what amazed me was that leaders around the world asked about the Cancer Moonshot, its mission that brings us. That's the mission that brings us together tonight. And one that brings the best of us. That's why we're here today. I'm proud to announce that the Quad Cancer Moonshot is what we're talking about. Our goal is to team up and cancer around the world, and starting with cervical cancer. I know it may sound unrealistic, but it's not. Cervical cancer is one of the most preventable cancers in the world. In fact, we have prevention and screening tools and treatments to make the first cancer ever be eliminated. It is still one of the most deadly cancers across the world. Every year, 150,000 women die from cervical cancer in the Indo-Pacific. Every year. That's more than double the population of this city. We can't and will not let that continue. The 4 of us are proud democracies. We're coming together to deliver a better hope, more hope for our people. In practice, the Quad Cancer Moonshot means more collaboration between our hospitals, research centers, and cancer foundations, more investment in screenings, treatment, and research, and more exchanges between our countries to improve vaccination rates all across the region. Right now, only 1 in 10 women across the Indo-Pacific, which is the most populated part of the world, have received HPV vaccinations for cervical cancer. So I'm proud to announce that our 4 countries, the leaders behind me, and many organizations here today are committing over $150 million for HPV screening and therapeutics. And next year, doctors and nurses from the U.S. Navy will begin a program to train Indo-Pacific counterparts in conducting cervical cancer screening and vaccination so we can reach every woman in the region. And it matters. Folks, let me close with this. During my first year as president, I received a letter from a mother from Tennessee. She'd been recently diagnosed with cervical cancer. She said she experienced every emotion, from denial to anger to fear to grief. Children, I remember those feelings as well. But when she asked herself, what am I going to do? Am I going to give up? Am I going to fight? She answered, I choose to fight. We've got to choose to fight. Choose to fight as a society. Ladies and gentlemen, today America, Australia, India, and Japan choose to fight. For every patient asking for one more day, one more week, one more year. Every survivor and caregiver who carries the scars of recovery. And every person who's lost and every person we can save. Because there's truly nothing beyond our capacity when we act together. Not even beating cancer. And that's what this group is about today. So I want to thank you all for being here. And now, who am I introducing next? Who's next?
Distinguished guests, the Prime Minister of the Republic of India.
By the way, he's from a small country like ours, with low population, but he's become a good and decent man, a good friend.
Thank you.
Excellencies,
आयोजन के लिए मैं राष्ट्रपति बाइडेन का हार्दिक अभिनंदन करता हूं। यह एफोर्डेबल, एक्सेसिबल और क्वालिटी हेल्थ केयर के लिए हमारे साझे दृढ़ निश्चय को दर्शाता है। कोविड पैंडेमिक के दौरान हमने इंडो पैसिफिक के लिए क्वाड वैक्सीन इनिशिएटिव लिया था और मुझे खुशी है कि क्वाड में हमने सर्वाइकल कैंसर जैसे चैलेंज का मिलकर सामना करने का निर्णय लिया है। इन कैंसर केयर collaboration is essential for cure. कैंसर का बर्डन कम करने के लिए प्रिवेंशन, स्क्रीनिंग, डायग्नोसिस और ट्रीटमेंट की इंटीग्रेटेड अप्रोच जरूरी है। भारत में मास स्केल पर बहुत ही कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव सर्वाइकल कैंसर स्क्रीनिंग प्रोग्राम चल रहा है। साथ ही भारत दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस स्कीम चला रहा है और सबको एफोर्डेबल कॉस्ट पर दवाइयां उपलब्ध कराने के लिए स्पेशल सेंटर्स भी बनाए गए हैं। भारत ने सर्वाइकल कैंसर के लिए अपनी वैक्सीन भी बनाई है और एआई की मदद से नए ट्रीटमेंट प्रोटोकॉल भी शुरू किए जा रहे हैं। एक्सेलेंसी, भारत अपना एक्सपीरियंस और एक्सपर्टाइज शेयर करने के लिए तैयार है। आज कैंसर केयर में काम करने वाले भारत के कई एक्सपर्ट्स इस इवेंट्स में हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं। भारत का विजन है वन अर्थ वन हेल्थ। इसी भावना से मैं क्वाड मूनशॉट इनिशिएटिव के तहत $7.5 मिलियन के सैपलिंग किट्स, डिटेक्शन किट्स और वैक्सीन का सहयोग देने की घोषणा करता हूं। रेडियोथेरेपी ट्रीटमेंट और कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग में भी भारत सहयोग देगा। मुझे खुशी है कि इंडो पैसिफिक देशों के लिए गावी और क्वाड की पहलों के अंतर्गत भारत से 40 मिलियन वैक्सीन डोसेज का योगदान दिया जाएगा। ये 40 मिलियन वैक्सीन डोसेज करोड़ों लोगों के जीवन में आशा की किरणें बनेगी। As you can see, when the Quad acts, it is not just for nations, it is for the people. This is the true essence of our human-centric approach. धन्यवाद।